guys, welcome. This is our first podcast ever. We decided to go on a huge, amazing journey, though right now it's tiny. I would like to introduce myself. My name is Gila, and welcome to the movie Amigos podcast. Yes. With me, I have...
It is I, Josh.
And...
It is I, Uwe.
Yes, so we decided to take our fun, amazing discussion conversations to for you guys to listen, because we're conceited and obviously we think that you guys will like it.
Yes.
But
No,
I think
I don't. But okay.
I think it's just fun. It's us hanging out, and we decided we wanted to just share what we thought. I think it's interesting. We love movies. We love movies for different reasons. We love talking about them, discussing them, going into detail, and obviously arguing about them as well.
You got that right.
So this is our first intro, so please don't mind us. So yeah, I guess we can start off with kind of just telling something little about ourselves and go from there. So Josh, tell us something about you.
Thank you for that introduction. My name is Joshua for long, and I'm a Miami native, transplant to Southwest Florida. Wait, is that too specific?
Wait, you were born in Miami?
Yes.
I forgot about that.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm like, that's right. You were
I'm
born
a
in Miami.
$305 Pitbull Mr. Worldwide boy.
Okay.
I grew up with, no joke though, like Pitbull was my childhood.
I do remember you were really in love with like Wisin y Yandel and all these very Latin American.
Yes, that was the Miami in me. Anyway, there's more to me than the city I grew up in, though.
That's the one thing you wanted to give. You could have said anything. Anything.
I'm Honduran. I'm a biomedical engineer.
Nice.
Though I'm not practicing. I mean,
But
how
you still
specific
have,
are we getting?
though.
Yeah, I mean, I graduated with a degree, blah, blah, blah. But I like movies. It's a really nice hobby that is not that stressful compared to, I don't know, just watching the news or whatever, so.
I like that. That's good.
Does somebody have a hobby that's watching the news?
You'd be surprised. Nowadays,
Yeah, I
that's their
guess.
hobby.
Yep.
CNN 24/7.
That's depressing.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if you do that.
Somebody's listening. Like,
That's
offended me.
How dare you?
I love Anderson Cooper. Excuse me.
The silver fox won't die.
Okay. Uwe, tell us something about yourself.
Okay. Well, thank you. I appreciate the introduction as well. My name is Juvenal for long, but you can call me Juve. It's what my family's always called me. It started with my grandfather. Should I start with there? His name was Juvenal. Everyone called him
If this is what you want to share, Josh, share his Miami roots.
Okay,
You can share about your grandfather.
I'll
if
start
you
from
want.
before I was born.
Okay.
My grandfather's name was Juvenal.
Wow.
Oh, that's
Everyone called him Juve for
nice.
short. And
That's
so then,
cute. I like
you know,
that.
my father's name, Juvencio, he was Juve too.
Oh,
And so then
really?
my name is Juvenal and I'm Juve.
That sounds confusing.
Well, just call me Juve.
Okay.
Okay, well, Uwe, that's all you want to share?
No, I was going to keep going.
It just sounded like you finished. So I'm like,
Well,
okay.
I'm originally from Venezuela. I came here when I was probably 2. And then my brother was born here. And then we went back over there. And we were raised over there till I was 8. Came back over here. Now I lived in Orlando for 4 years. Then moved to Cape Coral.
Wow, you
And so
really-
then I was basically raised in Cape Coral. And now I'm older than life. And not really.
You're
I'm
really
still
not.
young, but
You're
I feel
not
old.
that old.
And,
You're just an old soul.
Okay,
Yeah,
I appreciate that. I like that because I feel like in that regard, I'm definitely different than a lot of people.
Yeah, I guess it's true.
And and so I've always loved movies. Like I've always just like watching movies, but looking at them with a critical eye, and not criticizing them, but diving deep into them and analyzing them was something that I grew to love when I became good friends with you guys. You guys were the ones that introduced me to it, Hila and Josh. And from then on is when I started to really dive deep into movies, and not just like now I don't just know all the celebrity names and like this and that, but now I'll know, you know, who directed this and what his type of direction style is and why, or like, you know, what type of movies have this and that, or like ones I can consider my favorite because of this reasons, and ones I can dislike because of these reasons. And so now, you know, I have that, I guess, like Josh said, hobby, or as we were discussing before, the word cinephile. I'm definitely not a cinephile. I'm like an aspiring to be a cinephile because I don't know everything about movies. I'm just an enjoyer of film.
Yeah.
So that's basically my take on film. Oh, did you mention that this was a film podcast? I don't know if we mentioned that. We are the movie Amigos.
It's in the title.
Yeah, that's true.
I would
That's
assume
true.
we're not talking about politics.
But now I will introduce our leader for this podcast, which is
Yes.
Hila.
Who are you?
Oh, okay. So, my name's Hila, and I too was named after my grandma. Which,
Wow.
Nice.
I don't know. I feel like it fit because he mentioned it.
Yeah.
I'm currently in school. I work too, but school. I'm very excited to do that. I like movies, and I feel like I've always liked movies. I grew up watching movies. When I was poor, all we could afford was like watch movies, like the DVD $1 type thing. Like that was it. That was us. And I've always liked movies, but I don't know. I never started really looking at them in a very analytical way, or like a more, not just for pure entertainment, which, you know, I like watching movies like that too. But I remember watching Looper for the first time, and I was like, wait, there's something here. I don't fully agree with it. I don't know. Why am I not fully entertained by this? And then it just kind of took my mind that, like, for me, like, film isn't just entertainment. It's more to that. And then after that, I just kind of started watching a bunch of movies. And I remember the first movies that I've watched after watching Looper was like Lincoln, Brokeback Mountain, The Descent. Like, I just went, and whatever was on HBO at the time, I watched it all. And then after, I was like, this is very different than what I'm used to. And I think that's kind of what led me to now. And even then, I think the reason why I like hanging out with these guys and talk about movies is because we all like the movies for different reasons.
Yes.
I feel like that's kind of what makes this group of friends more unique. As in, like, I mean, I'm not saying that other groups aren't like that, but at least for us, like, I'll look at one thing and I'll like one thing, and then Josh and Hubert will like other things, or some of us will agree, some of us will disagree. I don't know. It's just, I just like the unity that liking films brings to our group of friends. And I like the fact that I can either, and sometimes I won't even like movies that they like, right? And they won't like movies I like, and that's fine. And I like that, and that's why we're making this, to enjoy, talk about, and be able to just kind of also come out of our own comfort zones, to do that. And also, I go on rants. I do talk a lot. So
that's all right.
Quick thing.
This is your time.
Yeah. And I guess to talk about myself as from school, which I like. I'm the oldest of two, like a sister. I have a younger sister, and I'm the oldest. I immigrated from Mexico when I was 8, so I have that, I guess. And then let's see. I have a cat. She's my baby. I love her so much.
What's her name?
Her name's Mila. Yes, my name's Hila. My cat's name is Mila, and I named her after Mila Kunis. Okay, I was really obsessed with Black Swan, which is my favorite movie. And it just kind of like led there, and then people were like, "Wait, your names sound the same." But that was way after I already did the paperwork, so it was too late. I'm like, whatever, I'm not changing it. And I guess, yeah, movies are definitely a hobby, because I also love reading. Like, that's the thing I love. I love reading and literature and writing, and that's what I'm studying in school. I'm doing English, so it's like, oh, that's another side of me, but that's more of like that's like my future career, my job. That's what I want to do. That's like, but movies are just my hobby, and I love it, and it's awesome. And yeah, I think that's, it's a quick intro. I feel like as we go on, and you'll get to hear more from us, and hopefully you guys like what you hear, and you guys can relate to any of us. I think that would be awesome and cool, and hopefully through this we're able to, each of us, explore new genres and films and directors as we continue with this, which would be very fun.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I do want to say something. I'm excited about this. This was like originally to do the podcast was just like an idea from Hila. Just like, we should just do a podcast. I think it's something that's been said before, but this time you said it again, and this time it's like, for some reason we were all like, oh yeah, I think we're all equipped enough to like say something. And so I definitely feel like this is a good opportunity. It's not that we need people to hear our opinions. I just think this is going to be a good growing medium for us to be able, like I just said, I don't mean to sound redundant, but this is going to be a way for us to grow in our knowledge of film and the way we see film, because then we'll challenge ourselves and we'll be able to, start to have to think about what to say about what film we watched or whatever we're talking about. And so I think this is going to be a good way for us to exercise that part of our brain, or I guess that part of our hobby. And I'm really excited to do it with you guys. I don't know how long it'll go, but
forever. This is
fine.
Never ending.
Amen.
That's
Even
okay.
in heaven, we're going to continue doing a podcast.
Amen.
Yes. So I mean that's fine. Well, yeah, okay. I don't know what else to say.
No, I'm very excited for this.
To not to derail it for too long, but Hila mentioned her favorite movie, Black Swan. Favorite movie, Juve.
I don't have one.
Oh
I have
my
many.
gosh, I forgot.
I can't pick one.
I do have. Wait, in Letterboxd, you get to choose your top 4. What are your top 4?
Well, that's the thing. The ones on Letterboxd do not technically represent my top 4. I just put those there because those are movies I can rewatch and I love to, show other people and like be like, oh, you should definitely visit this because it's one of my favorite films, right?
Yeah, but Letterboxd, I mean, I don't know how many people have Letterboxd, but at least for us, like, we know, like, Letterboxd is like, you go to their page and you see their top 4, you're like, that's who they are.
Yeah, I guess that could be for a part of mine.
For the uninitiated, Letterboxd is a movie rating app.
Yeah.
Or a website. No,
It's
just
like-
app.
It's more of but you can access it online.
It's like Goodreads for books, or IMDb for other television.
Yeah, similar to IMDb.
But like Letterboxd is more concentrated in like movies and film type thing. And I don't know, you can write reviews. It's really good. I really like it.
Yeah, my top 4 on there are Jaws, Jurassic Park. You can already see a trend there, but it's okay. We're gonna deviate because the next one's Amelie.
Okay, that is a change.
And then, dang it, what the heck is the 4th one? I don't even remember what.
I could check your Letterboxd.
Yes. I definitely, if I have to think off the top of my head, the one I would put there, 12 Angry Men.
Oh,
I need
on the
to
4th
watch
spot.
that. I need to watch
But
that movie.
I think I have a much newer one. Obviously, that one's really old. I don't remember. What are your 4? He
I'm
left
trying to remember
so
my
we don't
3.
have any dead
So
air.
it's definitely Black Swan.
Whiplash is the 4th one.
Whiplash. Okay.
I definitely will change it now.
I think so too. I think I still have mine as Whiplash. I don't even remember. I changed it recently. It's Black Swan, The Incredibles. I can't remember. So for sure, Black Swan and The Incredibles, because The Incredibles is the best superhero movie ever made.
Yes.
Fight me. I don't care. Endgame. I love
Sure.
that movie. What's the other one? I know it's another Disney. It might be Mulan. I don't know. Oh, The Prestige.
Yeah,
I love
great
that
film.
movie. That's like the forgotten Christopher Nolan, which people are like, what? And I'm like, what are you...
Yeah.
I watched that movie in Mr. Romano's class in 10th grade.
Wow.
He made us watch movies. I think that's where it started, actually. I think it was Mr. Romano's class.
He was a good teacher, yeah.
And he would and I had him for research, which was like a forensic science class. He made it. He made a forensic class so we could be in it. And it was just one period, and I left choir to do that class. And because of him, he showed us The Prestige, and I was like, what is this movie? And it just changed my life. Maybe that's what it was. And then after that, I forgot about it, and then Looper came. There you go. I just had an epiphany.
Cool.
But yeah, and it was The Prestige, and I didn't have one for the 3rd one. Because I used to have Spirited Away.
What's
For
wrong
my
with Spirited
4th.
Away? Why'd you...
Nothing. I just...
Yeah, see, you can't pick 4
It's
to
hard.
put in your top 4.
I have Spirited Away, but
I
then
have so many favorite
I feel
films.
like I haven't seen all of the
Studio Ghibli?
Studio Ghibli movies. So I was like, what if there's one that I like better?
What are your top 4 out? And then we'll
Oh,
continue.
I can pick a
Gravity
favorite. I
of
have a
Mice and
favorite.
Men.
Oh yeah, what is your favorite?
Children of Men.
Children of
yes,
Men.
of
What
course.
did I
That
say
takes
of
the
Mice
cake.
and Men? I just read that book.
Of Mice and Men.
Yeah, I just read the book, Steinbeck.
I do want to see that film.
Of Mice and Men?
Isn't there one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
there
is
is.
one.
It's with Francis McDormand. No. What's his name?
Francis Ford Coppola.
No. He's a
Starring.
director. Forget it.
Starring.
Oh, it's that
guy
movie that's
from
like
Forrest
about the
Gump.
mind of. Oh, Tom Hanks.
No, the guy that's in Forrest Gump with no legs.
Oh, I don't know that actor's name. Sorry.
He's from NCA. No, CSI New
Oh
York.
yes, he is. He is
That
one of those
guy.
CSI shows. He's
Yeah.
in the Of Mice and Men.
Yeah, he's Benny. No, not Lenny. Lenny is the one. No, the other guy.
Uh-huh.
Oh, you know what's also going to be a challenge now that we're doing this now?
Yeah.
We're trying to remember on the spot, like directors, actors, writers.
Bro,
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna
gonna
be,
be a
I'm
nightmare.
gonna be
Horrible.
straight up. I'm not good with directors. I'll tell you any actor. I know any actor that's been in any movie mostly.
Oh, really?
Most. But directors, that's the one thing, man.
Okay, who's the star of Legally Blonde?
Reese Witherspoon? I think everyone knows that.
Who directed it?
Reese Witherspoon.
I don't
You
know who
don't
directed
even
it.
know who
I don't know who
directed
directed
that.
it. You know what? I'll take a shot in the dark. Director of Legally Blonde.
Meg Ryan.
Reese Witherspoon.
I don't know.
So are you going to be our fact checker?
Yeah, I got Letterboxd ready.
There you go. Perfect.
We can't have that air though.
Yeah,
No,
also,
we can't.
I'm horrible with names too, just in general. I
Oh,
always
you
mess up
are. I
names.
think you are. But okay. So anyway, moving on. So
Yeah,
I
I
think.
can't-
Yeah. So I
Yeah.
think for. Are you gonna keep interrupting me?
I'll stop.
I think the idea is
directed by-
obviously. Oh my gosh,
Robert Lukatic?
that's really random.
Oh yeah,
There's
that
gonna
guy.
be.
I've never heard of him.
Isn't there gonna be a Reese Witherspoon 3, Legally Blonde 3? I
There
heard
was
that there
already one.
was. No.
Yeah,
There's a second one.
There's a second
one,
and I think there's a third
no,
one.
there's Legally Blonde.
It's a spin-off.
It's
Oh.
Legally Blonde.
Yes,
That's
with
the second.
Schoolgirl. That's
Yeah.
the third one.
Well,
so there are
There's
three.
There's gonna be a Legally Blonde
there's,
3
There's
though.
gonna be a Legally Blonde 3 with Reese Witherspoon. There's the second one, which is Legally Blonde, Red, White, and Blue.
Oh, I see. So you're saying there's going to be a third one that is not Legally Blondes, but is Legally Blonde.
Yes,
Three.
it's a
Legally Blonde
continuation
3.
of
I
like
see,
now.
okay.
That's what I read. Anyway, dang it, I forgot what I was gonna say.
Can you
Oh
believe-
yes,
Can you believe that Legally Blonde is in our introduction?
Legally Blonde's
It's a good movie.
amazing. I love
It's a good
that
movie.
movie. Man, that movie
think
inspired
it's
me to
funny.
go back to college. Okay, so it means a lot to me.
wow.
Sorry, what were we going to say?
Well, I was just gonna say, like, this is just an introduction, but the idea is to do different things, different ideas. There's a lot of movies I haven't seen. Like, I haven't seen any of the DC movies. I've seen like Wonder Woman and Aqua Man. That's it, and that's
You're
something
not
I
missing
want.
much, to be quite honest.
What? How dare you?
Of course, other than the Snyder cut.
Exactly.
That didn't exist
Which
until
hasn't come
now,
out
right?
yet.
What are you
Yeah.
talking about?
I don't
Which
know.
they're just right now in this moment as we talk are editing it.
Hashtag release the
They're
Snyder
editing
cut.
it right now. Zack Snyder right now is behind 3-4 editors saying no.
They're-
Wait,
you
no,
know,
social
they-
distancing
okay,
through
let me-
Zoom
let me-
Right,
saying no.
6 feet
All
apart.
right, they had Hamilton in the wings, ready to release on
They
VOD.
did.
Yeah, but
Wait,
that's
no.
Same
one
with the
version.
Snyder cut.
It was
All
one-
Right, for
okay.
4 years because it
One
originally came out in
version.
2016.
And actually, I didn't know this, but
So-
this Hamilton recording that just came out was like 3 different performances put together.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So it's like it
So
was
they chose
ready
just
to
the
go.
best that they had from
the
whatever.
best that they had.
Okay, yeah,
and
that
then
makes sense.
that was already set up to release in theaters like a year and a half from now. So that was already
Okay.
set. But it existed.
Oh,
That's
just,
the original version of something they put together.
Yeah, it was already
Right.
set.
And
Wait, I'm
the director of the Hamilton theater production, right? If they put it in film or whatever, he didn't have to leave because his daughter died. And so
Oh
they
my
put a
God.
different director, right? This is
Jeez.
completely different, okay? So
I'm not defending the Snyder cut.
For the official record, before people unsubscribe or whatever, I like to add.
No, before people decide
like
to
to-
not subscribe.
I like
Josh.
to add fuel to the fire sometimes. So I sometimes will take a unpopular stance. So that may or may not be true with the Snyder Cut. You just have to stay tuned to find out.
And Spider-Man 3.
Okay, so that's a whole other thing.
Oh, is it?
Yes, it is.
I do like your point though. I do like to do that too. I like
Yeah.
to sometimes be the devil's advocate,
Add fuel
just
to
so
the
we can
fire.
like get a conversation
Feel
going,
the flames
or like
licking.
yeah.
No, for me, I'm not that person. I'm very like, this is what I think, and I'm right, which is
Okay.
not good. I respect both of you very much, but it's okay. You know what? We'll definitely grow from this. I'll grow from this.
Heck yeah.
Going back to what we're Letterboxd. So I feel like I can't have either a favorite or a top 4 because my interest in films from when I started hanging out with you guys till today has changed. It changes like
Yeah,
every year.
me too.
So like I'll have like a film that year that I'm like, oh wow, I really like this film, and then
You should say
2
wowie.
wow, I really like this
Oh, I
film.
thought you said
Or-
wowie. I really like this film.
I should have. And then 2 years from then, I'm like, oh, I haven't really revisited it. I'm like, now I think it's just okay. So, film,
Yeah.
our tastes change. But there are movies from like, I can understand if people have movies from their childhood.
Oh my gosh.
I can understand if there's people that have movies from their childhood that they really enjoyed.
Oh yeah.
And then they'll stick to their guns and say that movie's amazing. You can't say anything bad about it.
Yeah.
But-
I think I think I have a point. I
You
think
know-
rewatching movies is important. I've been wanting to rewatch Black Swan for that purpose.
For me,
What if I don't like it anymore?
I that's the way I process things. Is like I like putting things into a sequence. So for me, I kind of synthesize information better if it's like in a list or in some category for me that makes sense. So I very much enjoy putting together like top 10 horror movies, like those types of lists in my head or
Yeah.
whatever. So for me, I like to try to think what's my favorite of this decade, what's my favorite of this
Oh,
genre.
that's cool. I like
Yeah.
that.
But in defense of what you said, I couldn't think of my Letterboxd top 4 either. And I'm that type of
Yeah,
person.
same. I
So-
was like,
I was just looking at my profile, and it's Children of Men,
Yeah.
which
Coherence, The Skin I Live In,
Oh.
and
Yeah.
Ad Astra,
bro.
Okay.
which is
Yeah,
shows
that makes
exactly
complete sense, though.
the type of
yeah,
person
that's
I am.
who you
and
are
movies
Right
that I
now.
like.
Sure. Even then,
There's
it's-
some of them that have
Because
stuck.
for
Yeah,
example,
that
Ad
was-
Astra just came out.
Yeah.
But what did you replace that with?
Before it was Gravity.
There you go.
Oh,
See?
good.
Yeah.
Because Gravity's garbage.
I liked Ad Astra a lot better.
Wow, that was a...
Sorry, I just
Wow.
don't like Okay, the thing with me, you like to make lists, Josh. You don't have a list. You just, it kind of changes over time.
For me, it's like whatever comes to mind.
Yeah, right. For me, I get emotional attachment to things. I'll remember what I was feeling that time. So for me, Gravity, when I watched it, I was very underwhelmed. And I feel like that's why I don't like it. And maybe I said it was garbage. Maybe it's really not garbage. But it's just like the emotions that I felt while watching it. It's kind of why I like certain movies. Which I know sometimes people are like, well, that doesn't... But for me, I'm an emotional person. And I get attached to them like that. Hence why I love Little Women, right? Like the most recent one that came out. Like I love this so much. It's not the super best movie ever. It's great. But it's not the best one I've seen. But I still love it so much because of it. And with Gravity, during that time, I was very underwhelmed. I was like, oh... People gave so much hype, but I didn't see it in theaters. I did, you know what I mean? It didn't.
That's something that definitely hinders someone's either opinions or perspective on a film.
Yeah.
The hype going into it, and then if you saw it, like maybe in the theater or not, or you're at the age you saw it, or what you were going through.
Right. Yeah.
So
same,
definitely,
yeah.
like movies. There's something we all agree with. Like it's subjective.
Yeah, for sure.
How much
For sure.
people like this movie or that movie, the opinions on film. So we're not always going to agree. And yeah, you don't obviously think Gravity is complete garbage, but you just didn't
Well, it's
enjoy it
not
as much as
garbage,
Josh
but-
did.
I mean, I'm sure it's fine. Like, I feel like if I rewatched it in a different mindset, it would be different. Also, I feel like that was when
Not
I
me.
first started watching. this,
Whoa.
this is when I started.
Okay.
This is when I started like enjoying film in a different lens, right? So I didn't know how to kind of lower my expectations on things. I just didn't know how to do that. Compared to now, when I hear like something's fantastic, I'm like, let me just see for myself. And now I kind of stay away from like reviews if I want to watch something.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I stay away from any other person that I know. I'm like, please don't tell me, or things like that.
Yeah, and I think that's healthy.
Yeah, and I think it's helped.
Because the movie going experience is something that can definitely add or detract from a movie, whether that's loud people in your theater or a bunch of hype through trailers or the internet discussion, which can be helpful or hurtful for a movie, definitely. So yeah, staying away from that type of stuff is my general practice, especially if I'm trying to watch a movie. As far as Gravity goes, I loved it because of the steps forward in technology taken to make that movie look as good as it did. Because I just, the visual aspect of it, I thought was just outstanding, incredible. Mm-hmm. And the way they achieved that is something that I have very high regard for that in a movie. And prior to that, something like James Cameron's Avatar is something that gets a lot of hate, especially now.
Right, yeah.
It's trendy to hate on it, but what a gorgeous movie. Yes. You know, and what an amazing
the same thing can be said about Interstellar.
Work of technology. Yeah. Interstellar likewise.
Put Interstellar in that category.
Yeah, yeah. Where it's like, it's trendy to hate them, but there's a lot of ingenuity and technical, mathematical...
2001: A Space Odyssey in there. And I know what you think about that movie.
What?
So...
Yeah, you know what? Yeah.
Before the moon landing, right? Wasn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't it? Moon landing was 69.
Okay,
69?
so this is the thing. There's a lot of,
for sure, yeah.
Like, I haven't seen 21 Space Odyssey. 2001, sorry. I don't know why I said 21. I haven't seen it, but sometimes I'm like, I should watch that, but then I don't.
That's a movie that was affected. I was affected by
the hype
going into it.
Okay, yeah, that was for me. That was my my gravity was that. I just, it was too much hype. I feel like if I were just gone, seen it, I would have like, oh yeah, that was pretty good. Also, I'm a huge like pro for like the writing and the acting. The visuals could be not garbage. You know what I mean? Not as it doesn't have to be as amazing.
Not as highly produced.
Yes, not as highly produced, as long as the writing and the acting is solid and strong. Like, I'm okay with that. I can overlook some of that, right? And for me, Gravity just lacked that for me. Not that Sandra Bullock didn't do a well job. She did great. But to me, there just wasn't enough of a story for me to grasp on. And that's kind of what also didn't help me to like, oh, you know, like, I just didn't. I'm a very, very, I enjoy very character-led stories, and that's what I like to watch. Hence why I really like Black Swan. So it's like, Gravity just wasn't that for me. But I feel like now if I had seen it, if I watched it for the first time now, I feel like I would feel different.
Yeah.
Now, instead of back then, I think.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be placed as like an amazing, out of this world
phenomenon.
Well, I mean, movie. It was out of this world.
I was just gonna say, no pun intended. But it doesn't have to be placed there. But it could be definitely a really well made, enjoyable film that, you know.
Yeah, I mean, it's good. Sandra Bullock has short hair. That was
vibe.
Bold. Also, George Clooney's in it. Yeah, I was like, wait,
he's handsome in it, so you know.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie though. I was sad when he floated away.
Isn't it just two of them?
Yeah. Well, unless you want to count her daughters in a picture.
Usually when somebody says, what a cast, it's like this whole ensemble of like a bunch of people. You're like, what a cast. Two, Sandra Bullock, George Clooney.
Who else do you need though? And Earth.
Yes, and Earth. Yeah, the only thing that really touched me was like George Clooney just floating away.
Spoilers for Gravity.
Yeah, I was trying to stay away from that, but
sorry.
No,
come on, at this point, it's been a long time.
What was it, 13?
Yeah.
That's a long time. It's been 7 years. If you haven't seen Gravity in 7 years, you're
missing out.
Okay. You're not watching it now.
You're missing out.
Well, now you know he floats away.
Spoilers.
But you never know when.
That's true.
What if he's swimming in a pool and he just floated away?
Yeah, he floated away in a swimming pool.
There you go. Don't make people assume things.
That's true.
There you go.
# not a spoiler. Never mind. I take it back.
There you go. Perfect. See, now it got ruined, but whatever. All right. So the idea for eventual later on, this is just like I said, catch up. We want to do. I don't know. We also want to do like reviews, like maybe upcoming films that one day, hopefully, we ever get released at some time or another, because as we know, we're stuck in a global pandemic. So I don't know about releasing of, movies. But in the meantime, I mean, I feel like we could do a couple reviews, the things that would definitely just kind of get our minds to think, see how we think of, just talk things through. Like, we do that a lot.
Yeah.
So I think that maybe doing like more like reviews on movies focused, I think that'd be awesome. New releases, and even back, because like I said, I haven't seen a lot of classics, right? Because I just haven't, or I've seen classics that they haven't seen. So I think it would be fun to explore things that maybe like one of us hasn't seen, or all of us haven't seen, or vice versa. I think it'd just be a very entertaining, fun experience. And then I don't know, I'm excited for all of this. I think it'll be a very fun time.
Likewise, I'm looking forward to it. Whether it's movies that we're watching in theaters,
One day, I hope. If the
Even
the
though
Lord
if-
is good, it will happen.
even though if not, I'll be all right. But let it die.
No.
But if
No,
That's a
please, no.
conversation for a different day.
different podcast. But yeah, either way, I'm totally looking forward to going through some movies or whatever it is. I have a lot of hot takes, so
Ooh.
I'm in.
Okay. That sounds good. I'm excited. Like I said, it's going to be fun. And I know I'm going to learn a lot from these guys right here. So I'm very excited.
Did you guys want to? I mean, we're like about 30 minutes in. Do you want to?
I think we can just close it off.
You want to close out the podcast?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway, I think this was just like the intro, us getting used to it, getting comfortable around just having recording devices in our faces.
Yeah.
But I think this is a really good start. We're very excited. I don't know. I'm excited. And I think we're just going to close it off so that we don't blabber on and you're going to be like, well, these people are boring.
I mean, I would keep going if you guys want to. I'm okay if you want to talk about.
Oh,
a certain
sorry.
film.
Move it. It's the cool one. Clearly.
Yeah, no. If you guys want to keep going, that's fine. But if not,
No,
we can leave
I
it for
think
episode
it's
2.
time to just kind of close off and
In
then
prayer.
go from in prayer. We can pray too, I guess. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna just close off. I hope you guys liked our first episode, kind of get a glimpse of who we are. Obviously, this isn't everything. We're gonna go more into detail, but it's gonna be exciting. Hope you stick around. I hope you like what you're hearing, and I'm not sure where this is gonna be posted yet, but once we do know more, I hope you subscribe, follow us, and all the cool, fun stuff, because it's gonna be a fun ride.
Love you.
So I will see
Mom.
you. We'll talk to you guys.
Love you too, and God loves you.
Yes. Okay, guys. Have a great time. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, week, wherever you're listening this to. We'll see you, and don't forget, you are appreciated and loved. Okay. All right. Bye.
That was good.
Okay. Right here.
Yeah. However you want. And if you want, you can lock it.
I can lock it?
Yeah.
You
And
can
it should
lock
keep
it
recording.
because iPhone is better.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.